Hello friends, I'm Dr. Pawandeep Kaur, Assistant Professor in Law at Khalsa College of Law, Amritsar. The topic of our today's module is Christian marriage in India. Dear friends, the present module will make the students acquainted with the concept of Christian personal law in India, legislative frameworks for Christian marriage in India, salient features of the Indian Christian Marriage Act 1872, historical background of the Indian Christian Marriage Act 1872, application of the Indian Christian Marriage Act 1872, and essential requirements of valid Christian marriage in India. So friends, let's start with today's discussion. Personal law is a law that identifies what law should apply to a person who belongs to a particular religion in country. In India, there are various personal laws for various religious groups. There are 5 different personal laws for different religious groups in India: Hindu personal law, Christian personal law, Muslim personal law, Parsi personal law, and Jewish personal law. Affairs like marriage, succession, divorce, adoption, etc., are covered under these personal laws. Marriage is the formal union of one person to another as a partners for life. Marriage, which includes two people possessing different interests, desires, and needs, is a special association given shape by social rules and laws and significantly affects individuals. The laws relating to marriage vary based on the community to which the couples belong. Marriages are considered to be a universal social institution and an integral part of mankind. With the advent of civilization, it has been observed that the state has regulated all aspects of human lives, and marriage is not an exception. In India, there is no single legal framework governing the institution of marriage, specifically with the intent of upholding the tenets of religious freedom and safeguarding the fundamental practices of various faiths and beliefs that constitute the country. The legitimation of the nuptial bond of two people happens only after attaining sanction from the existing laws prevailing in the country, which in general are referred to as matrimonial or marriage laws. A unique feature of the existing matrimonial law in India is its vibrancy and diversity in consonance with the country's heterogeneous population. The policy of application of personal laws in marriages was essentially introduced by the first Governor General of British India, Warren Hastings, in the year of 1772, which was then persuaded by the British colonials throughout their rule in India. Even after the independence of the country, the government of India decided to continue with the same legal stance on marriages, making their intention clear of not interfering with the religious sentiments of the people. Christians are the followers of the Jesus Christ who believe Jesus to be the Son of God and follow his teachings and preachings. Christians pray on the churches that sprang up after Jesus' death. The marriages of Christians are performed by a minister or a priest in a church and under the Indian Christian Marriage Act of 1872. Instead of opting for a gown, the bride frequently chooses to wear the attire of the community to which she belongs, which adds to the beauty of the marriage. So, in Christian weddings in India, the bride wears traditional attire such as saris and traditional sarongs, and the groom, along with his best man, often wears traditional attire as well. Thus, Christian marriage is a combination of Indian and Western cultures. The laws regulating the solemnization of marriages among the Christian community in India are laid down in Indian Christian Marriage Act of 1872, initially enacted by British Indian administration. Christian marriages in the country are performed by an authorized minister or priest in a church. Dear learners, the first aspect of this module is who is Christian. A Christian professes the religion of Jesus Christ. Indian Christians include natives, converts to Christianity, and their Christian descendants. The term Christian, according to Section 3 of Indian Christian Marriage Act of 1872, means persons professing Christian religion, and Indian Christian includes the Christian descendants of natives of India converted to Christianity, as well as such converts. Marriages between persons, at least one of whom is a Christian, are governed by the Christian Marriage Act of 1872. It provides a code in itself and extends to the whole of India except states of Travancore, Cochin, and Manipur. Dear friends, it is important to know about legislative frameworks for Christian marriage in India. Christians are the second largest religious minority community after Muslims in India. The marriage of Christian couples is governed by the Indian Christian Marriage Act 1872, which stipulates the primary condition of the presence of a priest of the church or minister for the solemnization of the wedding. The Indian Christian Marriage Act of 1872 established the legislation governing the solemnization of marriages among the Christian population in India. At present, Christian marriages are performed in the nation by a licensed minister or priest at a church, a practice first established by British Indian authorities. A certificate of marriage is issued in the names of the couple by minister or priest after the marriage ceremony is over, making it official. Each member of the union must submit an application outlining their intention to wed to the relevant authorities located nearby for the union to be legally recognized. Further, I would like to elaborate the historical background of this act. Many years ago, Christians came to India and settled in this country when the East India Company assumed ruling power in India and established its courts. With the establishment of the Supreme Court, the common law of England was made applicable to India on many subjects, including marriage and divorce among the Christian community, on the ground that it was based on the principle of equity, justice, and good conscience. The situation of converted Christians in British India during the 19th century was challenging. Primarily, they were Muslims or Hindus who had converted to Christianity and their old personal laws no longer applied to them. So it was unclear what kinds of laws applied to them and their offsprings. It was also impossible to apply English law in cases of succession, marriage, divorce, etc. because they were not even British. The situation then became a little uncertain and the need for new personal law emerged because Indian Christians found themselves in a legal void, which then resulted in the need for new personal law. Between 1865 and 1872, several laws were passed in response to the need to control the legal situation of Indian Christians. Before the enactment of Indian Christian Marriage Act 1872, the law relating to solemnization in India of the marriage of persons professing the Christian religion was guided by two British Acts and two Indian Acts. The law regulating the solemnization of marriages among the Christian community in India are laid down in the Indian Christian Marriage Act of 1872. Dear learners, it is very important to know the salient features of the Indian Christian Marriage Act. The Indian Christian Marriage Act of 1872 is applicable in matters of marriages. It contains 88 sections in 8 parts and 4 schedules. Let's discuss in brief salient features of the Indian Christian Marriage Act. Section 4. Every marriage between persons, one or both of whom is or are a Christian or Christians, can be solemnized under this act. Section 60. The age of the bridegroom must not be less than 21 years and the age of the bride must not be less than 18 years. The two parties to the marriage must give the wedding voluntary consent, which can't be received by misrepresenting evidence or by compulsion or by excessive influence. At the time of marriage, no party can have a living partner. The marriage must take place in the presence of an official who is allowed to issue a marriage certificate and at least 2 credible witnesses. Further, Section 5 provides a list of certain individuals who are appointed for solemnization of marriage under this act. Section 10 of this act provides the Christian marriage should take place between the time frame of 6 in the morning to 7 in the evening. The time for Christian marriage ritual must be scheduled. Section 11. According to this section, a church or a chapel is the location where Christian marriage must be performed. Some special considerations and requests are granted that give the time and place for marriage ceremony to be flexible. Next one is section 12. Written notice from any side in the manner provided for in the first schedule of the act by the minister concerned, the parties would like the union to be solemnized. The notice must include the name, occupation, and residence of all parties, as well as the period during which the party involved was concerned. They have lived in their place of residence and church, private dwelling where marriage has to be solemnized. Section 16. According to this section, marriage registrar is allowed to place the notice in any noticeable position in his office. Further, Section 18. Each party to the marriage is to appear before the minister directly and to announce that there is no impediment to the marriage of parentage or affinity and that required consents have been received as mandated by the statute. A certificate can be issued only after the expiry of 4 days after receipt of the notification, provided that its issuance is not prevented and that the parties have shown to the satisfaction of the minister that there is no legal impediment to the issuance of the certificate. Further, according to section 25, after the issuance of a certificate under section 17, the minister is entitled, in the presence of 2 witnesses, to solemnize a marriage between the parties by the form or ceremony which the minister might find fit to adopt. Section 26. If the marriage is not solemnized within 2 months of the date on which the certificate referred to in section 17 is given, the certificate is invalid and the parties are not entitled to have the marriage solemnized without having a new certificate issued under section 17. Now, I would like to enlighten the essential requirements to solemnize a valid marriage. For the marriage to be valid under the Indian Christian Marriage Act of 1872, specific requirements need to be fulfilled. According to the Act, it is necessary that either one or both parties involved in the marriage be Christians. Therefore, under the Act, a marriage may be termed void and redundant unless one of the parties taking part in the union is governed by different law that forbids such a wedding on the grounds of prohibited degrees of relationship. According to Indian Christian Marriage Act of 1872, the following are required to be fulfilled to constitute a valid marriage. The first one is documents required. The following documents are required for the registration of marriage under the Indian Christian Marriage Act. A completed application form with precise details, passport-sized photographs of both parties to the marriage, the certificate of marriage issued by the minister or the priest who performed the marriage, 2 photographs from the wedding along with an invitation to the wedding, residence proof and the proof of age of both the parties to marriage, an affidavit certifying the mental condition and the marital status of both parties. Individuals eligible to solemnize the Christian marriage. The following individuals are authorized to solemnize a Christian marriage as per Indian Christian Marriage Act. By an individual who has received the episcopal ordination and is authorized to solemnize marriage according to the rules, rites, ceremonies, and customs of the church of which he is a minister. By an individual who is clergyman belonging to the Church of Scotland and is authorized to solemnize marriage according to the rules, rites, ceremonies, and customs of the Church of Scotland. By an individual who is a minister of religion who is authorized to solemnize marriage with a license as per the Act. By an individual who is licensed under the Act to grant certificate of marriage between Christians in India. Further, there is a procedure before the marriage registrar. Various conditions are mentioned in the Act that has to be followed by the marriage registrar to perform a marriage ceremony. The following conditions have to be met if the marriage registrar has to perform the marriage as stated by this Act. The first one is notice of intended marriage. Either party must submit a written application or a notice of intended marriage to the marriage registrar that resides in the same locality as the parties. This is done to notify the concerned authority of their intention to get married. If both parties live in different locations, each party must make a separate notice in writing to the marriage registrar that is located with their area of residence. The written application or notice of intended marriage is recorded in the marriage notebook and is put up in the notification area of the office for public viewing. Second one is pledge before the registrar. Either party to marriage must make a personal appearance before the marriage registrar before the certificate of notice has been issued. The party should appear before the registrar by pledging the following: that there are no obstacles, natural inclinations, or other legitimate impediments to the intended marriage, that the place of their residence is within the locale of the marriage registrar. If either of the parties is a minor, the consent of one of the persons that are listed below is of a great importance to perform the marriage. Father of the minor, if alive and well. The authorized guardian of the minor, if available. The mother of the minor, if no other individual is authorized to give such a consent, resides in the country. Certificate of notice. Dear friends, once the pledge is taken before the marriage registrar by either one of the parties to the intended marriage, a certificate of notice is issued. Once the pledge is done, the registrar waits for 4 days to issue the certificate. After the period has lapsed, the marriage registrar has the power to grant the certificate of notice. Information such as address of the church or the chapel or any other place where the marriage rituals are expected to be performed are stated in the certificate of notice. This notice would not be issued if it is stopped by anyone stating apparent reasons why the testament ought not to be granted. The issuance of the certificate of notice makes it mandatory for the marriage to be performed within 2 months from the date of publication. Failing to do so would make the certificate of notice redundant and a new certificate would be required. Further, there is a procedure for performance of marriage. Under the Indian Christian Marriage Act, Christian marriage is performed between the parties to the marriage by the rituals which are considered to be essential and proper by the minister or the priest designated to perform the wedding. The presence of two eligible witnesses other than the minister or the priest performing the marriage is a mandatory requirement at the marriage ceremony. Marriage cannot be performed if it is not performed within 2 months from the issuance of the certificate of notice. In such a case, new certificate of notice has to be applied for and issued to solemnize the marriage. Time and place. The Indian Christian Marriage Act clearly states where Christian marriages should take place and the time at which they should be performed. The time for performing a Christian marriage ritual has to be scheduled between the time frame of 6 in the morning to 7 in the evening. The place that Christian marriage has to be performed is at a church or a chapel. Some special consideration and requests are granted that give flexibility to the time and place to conduct a marriage ceremony. Further, there is a procedure for registration of marriage. An application for registration of the marriage is made by both the parties to concerned authority in whose jurisdiction either of the parties has been residing. The wedding is registered by the marriage registrar who was present at the marriage and performed the union of the couple in the marriage registrar office. An acknowledgement slip of the registration with the authorized signatory of both parties along with the witnesses present at the time is recorded. This is then attached to the marriage register and thereby indicating that the marriage was registered officially. These slips of acknowledgement are sent out at the end of the month to the registered journal of births, deaths, and marriages. Christian marriages in India may also be endorsed under a special provision without prior notice. Dear friends, there is a provision for correction of errors. Any person who comes across an error in the form or substance of marriage entry in the registers of marriages must bring it to the notice of the person who registered the marriage in the first place. The authorized individual should make the changes within 1 month of discovering the error. The error must be corrected in the presence of the persons married or in case of either of their deaths or absence in the presence of 2 other credible witnesses. The corrections must be made by the entry in the margin without any alteration to the original entry. The authorized person has to sign the marginal entry and edit the date of such correction made. This marginal correction should be made in the certificate of the marriage as well. Every entry made under this section should be attested by the witnesses in whose presence the correction was made. So, dear friends, with this we will conclude today's discussion by saying that this act consolidates the law related to the solemnization of Indian Christian marriage. It was enacted on 18th July 1872. The Christian Marriage Act of 1872 contains 88 sections in 8 parts and 4 schedules. If person profess Christianity and Christian way of life, then only he is a Christian. Personal law is a law that identifies what law should apply to a person who belongs to a particular religion in country. The Indian Christian Marriage Act of 1872 is applicable to Christians in the matter of marriage. With this, we come to the end of today's lecture. Thank you very much.